Shalom, call Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash, for giving the spirit and power to make this lesson. There's a brother Gabar, I'm back with another lesson. Also, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Babarakadama to the whole field leg. This is going to be over just some thoughts I had before I left the house to go to work, basically on how we're soldiers. But the exact thought I had to that was us fighting, but also we supposed to be the greatest soldiers that the world has ever seen. We supposed to be the greatest soldiers the world has ever seen. And that thought was really just manifesting in my mind, and I was just meditating on it for a quick second. You know, because you think about all these Marines and all these special ops and all this stuff and all the special things they have to do. They got to go through Hell Week. They got to do this. They got to do that. You know, even cops, you know, they, I don't know if all of them do it, but they got to get pepper sprayed, you know, to join the committee fully. Well, us, we're soldiers too. But we supposed to be the toughest soldiers the world has ever seen, right? And the higher rank you go, the more tests you have to pass, and the more endurance you have to have in those ops and corporations and teams and whatever. So being that we're in the Lord's army, we're gonna be tested. You know, our endurance and our strength is gonna be tested as well. Now we know we have the hour of temptation ultimately, but this lesson is focusing on how we need to be those strong soldiers. All right, we need to be those strong soldiers. We have to have high endurance, and the scriptures speak about enduring. You know, as a good soldier for Yahweh Shah Mashiach, endure all things for the elect's sake, right? And also, I think it's in Ephesians where it speaks about not being entangled with the affairs of your life because you're a soldier. So we have to consider all these things in this fight, because every day is a fight. You don't win every battle, but you must win the war. Every day is a fight, and we gotta treat it as such, and we gotta look at it as such, and we gotta maneuver in that. So we gotta act spiritually to things. You know, sometimes you lose battles, but that don't mean you can't win the next. Multiple battles are in one war. You see? But those are just the thoughts that was on my mind. How us being soldiers, we supposed to be the highest, having the highest endurance, because we're in the highest army ever. We've been selected to join Yahweh Shah's army, man. Yahweh Shah's army. That's a great deal of honor, but it also comes with a great deal of responsibility. With much power comes much responsibility. The scripture also says, to whom much is given, much is required. You see? So with all of this going on and us coming into this truth, we must know that this is spiritual warfare, and we must act like it. We gotta fight back spiritually. We gotta be on our toes. We gotta keep our head on a swivel. We gotta be self-examining. We gotta be trimming. We gotta be doing the things necessary to stay in this fight. You don't want to be taken out of this fight, out of this spiritual fight. And what does that look like, being taken out? You going back to your own vomit. You going back to the world. That's you being taken out. Every time you go back to those things you used to do, that's the enemy winning. So we got to continue to stay being that new creature, man. Even when you don't feel like it, even when the flesh don't feel like it, and all of those things. Right? The spirit is heavy on self-examination going into this Passover. Getting that leaven out, you know? The scripture says a little leaven leavens the whole lump. Well, it's time that we get that leaven out. You know, and the Lord is long-suffering. You know, not saying you mess up one time, He's going to kick you out. But you shouldn't be constantly just messing up, failing every single day. You're not winning any battles? You know? Are you winning any battles? Right? Because if you're not winning any battles, eventually you're just going to lose the war. You know, and the Lord don't want no losers, man. All right? So being that soldier, have that tough mindset, man. Right? Be ready. Gather up, store up your faith. Because that's what this time period of mercy is for us to store up our faith. That is what it is for, man. Because in the time of Jacob's trouble, you're not gonna be able to just turn up the knob on your face. Okay, it's here. Let's go. Let me go from 2 to 10. No, man. You need to be on 10 already. So you need to pray to the Lord, fast. You know, if you must. Fasting is great. Pray to the Lord to increase your faith. Read more, study, do what you must do. Watch lessons, take notes. You know, repetition. All the good things that we must be doing, we must be on point, man. Because it's 2023. 2024 is at the door as well, but it's 2023. You ain't gonna get through 2023 if you entangle with the affairs of your life. What does that mean? That means you're a soldier. You a soldier out here, man. You the toughest soldier that the planet has ever seen. So you gotta have higher endurance. You gotta act like that. You gotta know what you're involved in. You gotta know who the enemy is. You gotta know when he's attacking. You gotta know when he prematurely could attack. You know, you gotta always have that shield up. You gotta sleep with your boots on. You might not sleep that night. You gotta be ready. You know, and I'm speaking in a spiritual sense as well. not to go grab a modern day sword, which is not a problem with that, but not to go grab one and, you know, just, you know, whatever. You know. But you gotta be ready though. You gotta have that shield up. You gotta have that sword ready. You gotta know how to use it. You gotta practice using that sword. That one move that you know. You gotta perfect that move, and then move to the next move. I'm gonna block like this. I'm gonna hit like that. I'm really good with I'm better blocking it with my left arm, and I can swing really good with my right. So I'm gonna hold it that way. You know. So that's what we gotta do, because we can't be out here getting hit with that same jab all the time, man. Eventually that motherfucker gonna knock your ass out. There's only so many times you can get hit before you get knocked out, man. And not saying that if you do get knocked out, you can't get back up. Cause what's his name? What you got? Rocky, the movie Rocky. Oh, Creed. You know, you got Creed. What else? It's you can search up a clip. The Avengers. You got Captain America. Before he even had that, basically his new body. You got Captain America, and he was fighting that dude in the alley, I think by the trash cans, and he kept getting knocked down, man. He kept getting his ass whooped, but he kept getting back up though. He had some fight in him. He had that dog in him, right? That's how we gotta be, man. And even when he did get upgraded, you know, into that genetically modified soldier, basically that new body that he basically got. Later on, you know, when he fighting Iron Man and shit in that snowy tundra, wherever they was at, he was getting his damn ass whooped at first, but he kept getting back up, and then finally he put that shield in his motherfucking chest, man. All right, so eventually he used that shield, that faith, as a weapon, right? Like in that movie Captain America, to how we gotta have that endurance in us, because he'll consistently get his ass beat, but he'll consistently get his ass up and win. Right? It's about getting up from these things, man. That's what these things are about. It's about getting up. Okay? But that's basically all, you know, I had on my mind. Lord's will, this is edifying. The last thing I'm going to say is call halal. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Rakak Radash. Forgive me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Wabrak Thumb unto the hopeful elect. You're a soldier, so get your ass up. Shalom.